Resisting materialism. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 to 21. Welcome to day 32 of Faith for Every Day. Today, we are discussing a topic that challenges many of us: resisting materialism. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 19 to 21, Jesus speaks about the fleeting nature of earthly possessions and urges us to focus on soaring up treasures in heaven. He reminds us that what we truly value will capture our hearts. In today's world, where we're constantly bombarded with messages that tell us we need more money, more possessions, more success, society often equates happiness with material wealth. But the Bible warns us about the dangers of placing too much value on things that do not last. Materialism is not just about accumulating wealth. It is about where our trust and satisfactions lie. If we measure our worth by what we own, we risk missing out on the deeper fulfillment that only God can provide. Jesus calls us to shift our focus from temporary riches to eternal reward. Things that truly matter, such as our relationship with God, act of kindness, and a life lived in obedience to Him. How can we resist materialism and focus on what truly matters? Here are 3 practical steps. 1. Practice gratitude. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 18 says, "In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning you." When we develop a heart of gratitude, we become less focused on what we lack and more appreciative of what we already have. 2. Invest in eternal things. Instead of striving for material wealth, seek to reach your faith, relationship, and act of service. Colossians chapter 3 verse 2 encourages us to set our affections on things above, not on things on the earth. And 3. Be a generous giver. One of the best ways to combat materialism is through generosity. Proverbs chapter 11 verse 25 says, "The liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered, also himself." Giving shifts our focus from accumulating to blessing others, which aligns our hearts with God's purpose. Resisting materialism does not mean we should not have possessions or financial goals. It means that our hearts should not be consumed by them. True fulfillment comes from seeking God's kingdom first and trusting Him to provide for our needs. Jesus reminds us that our treasures and our hearts are connected. If we store up treasures in heaven through faith, love, and obedience to God, our hearts will be aligned with His will. Let us choose to invest in what will truly last. Today's challenge: take a moment to reflect on where your heart is. Are you seeking security in material things, or are you trusting God to be your provider? Ask Him to help you shift your focus on eternal treasures and to cultivate a heart of contentment and generosity. Thank you for joining us today on Faith for Every Day. Let us continue to seek God above all else and store up treasures that will never fade. Join us again tomorrow as we explore another powerful biblical truth. Until then, stay faithful and keep your heart set on the things of God. Thank you very much for listening, and join us again tomorrow.